We're getting on stage here. All right, guys. So welcome back to Tokyo Otaku live stream hut, and thank you for coming back to watching this. We actually have a huge amount of guests coming over. Still, we just finished off Berserk Muso,
Yes.
which was a huge punch.
Oh man,
Yes.
I can't tell you how excited I am to
and
play
we
this.
actually did get some first-time footage, really,
Yep.
to be honest. So it was the actual tutorial that comes into the game.
Which gave us some nice black swordsman action.
Yes, yes. The Dark Fantasy comes to life. I cannot wait for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, so, by the way, nice shirt you got there.
Yeah, nice shirt you got there.
Yeah, nice shirt I got here. We're actually wearing Tokyo Otaku Mode's collab T-shirt with Mr. Bampaku, who actually did the art design right here. We actually had a previous version for last year as well, and also the previous year, so 3 years altogether.
And this is an official TGS T-shirt. You can get it
yes.
at the official merch booth.
Right
that is
over
right
there.
over there.
Right over
well, of
there.
course, if you're not here, you don't know it.
Right, yes, that's
but
right.
you can get it online at Tokyo Otaku Mode too.
Yes. While we're actually doing Twitch live streams, we are in fact an online shopping service, so you can actually get a lot of Japanese merch.
As well as media.
Yeah, as well as media. Well, I mean, you can see that from our Facebook, so. Yeah, that looks. Actually has a bit of a Japanese.
Yeah, this year the theme
to
is really like traditional Japan, so you can see like a little gateway, the Tori thing. It's pretty cool. I really like it. I mean, if you like 8-bit dot style arts, this is really an awesome T-shirt to have.
Of course. I'm enjoying it as well. You actually get the Game Lover logo on the back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and start off this next segment. From 11 o'clock, we actually have Sony Interactive Entertainment's Mr. Keiichiro Toyama, who is the creative director of Sony Interactive Entertainment and Worldwide Japan Studio. So this is going to be something that's just going to be favorable for me, basically on a personal level, because I played through the first Gravity Days in Japanese, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved the art style, the gameplay, the idea of using gravity to your own sake and having to progress through the world and also having to adventure through the world using gravity was it. At first, it felt kind of new, but at the same time, there are other games that do sort of a similar way of getting through the world. But it all felt so fresh, so
Definitely. I have a confession.
What's that?
I bought a PlayStation Vita just to play Gravity Rush. that was my game.
Yeah.
I saw the game. I played a demo in some like video game shop I went to, and it's like, okay, I need it.
No.
I want it right
no,
now.
obviously. I mean,
it was like a little later, after maybe 6 months or something after release of the Vita.
Right.
I was already feeling like buying one. I don't know. This system was like looking so gorgeous to me, and Gravity Rush was like instant buy. Just get it, play it.
Well, it's true, because when I got my PlayStation 4, just even 5 or 6 months ago, maybe half a year ago, one of the first titles that I actually got off the shelf was Gravity Rush, and I just enjoyed it. I actually did a playthrough maybe twice with the amount of times that I had, and I really just discarded all the other games that I had in the itinerary, just playing Gravity Rush, having it enjoy it. I didn't actually get to go full 100% on the game, because there are a lot of mini games inside of it.
I got full 100%, man. I have platinum trophy on this. I have proof. I have a platinum trophy on.
So
on
just
Gravity
a
Rush.
recap on you guys who actually joined us for the first time here from 11 o'clock. We're going to have a very intensive interview with game producers, game programmers, as well as some special guests, and also what was it? Oh yeah, well yeah.
Forget about it. Breathe.
So we're actually going to have interaction with game producers and game developers from Japan, and a lot of these ones you actually know because Sony is one of our favorite companies as well. And we're going to have an intensive English interview as well as some gameplay from these guys. Now, these are some of the titles that are actually going to be coming out, releasing in the later part of the year, or maybe sometime later next year, earlier next year.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and have a demo for you guys from here, Tokyo Game Show 2016. So let's go ahead and call our guest in. I have a huge amount of stuff that I want to ask him. So please welcome Keiichiro Toyama from Sony Interactive Entertainment. Thank you very much for coming. よろしくお願いします。
行きましょう。
Now, Mr. Toyama, thank you very much for coming to Tokyo Otaku Mode live stream hut. You can go ahead and use the mic here as well. Thank you very much for coming.
今日東京オタクモードのライブストリームハットまでお越しになってありがとうございます。
すごい楽しみにしてました。よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。
I'm really excited to be here too. So.
Oh yes, I could hear that. I'm so enthralled to have him here. So just a bit of a background from you, please. Mr. Toyama, could you give us a little bit of an introduction from yourself?
では早速ですが、
はい、
自己紹介をお願いします。簡単でも。
はい、ですね、ソニーインタラクティブエンターテインメントので、グラビティラッシュのディレクターをやってます。で、昔はサイレントヒルとかサイレンとかホラーシリーズなどを作っていたんですけど、今回は全然違う作品の今はグラビティラッシュをやってます。はい、
So I am the producer on Gravity Rush 2, Gravity Days 2 in Japan, and before working for Sony, I actually worked on the Silent Hill series and the Forbidden Siren series.
Yeah. So you were in charge, and you are the guy who actually worked on Siren series as well. That's amazing.
Siren?
Yeah.
サイレントシリーズに関われたって聞いたんですけど、
はい、
すごいなんか迫力のあるホラーゲームで今にでも悪夢に出てるような。
So how's the transition from those series into Gravity Rush? How did that happen?
どのようにこういった世界観からかなりカラフルなグラビティデイズに移り込みました。
そうですね、僕の中では変わったというイメージはなくて、ですね、やっぱり本当に昔からやりたかったことたくさんあった中で、ホラーもたくさん作らせていただいて一段落したところで、また新しいのっていうところで言うと、会社がやってみなよって言ってくれたっていうところが大きいですね。
Yeah, it wasn't that I changed that much. It's just that there was a lot of things that I wanted to do, and I got the opportunity to do a lot of horror games, and I had my fill. I was very satisfied with what I did and wanted to try new things. And well, lucky me, my company actually pushed me in that direction to take more creative jumps and try new things.
Wow, so this is just a continuation of your work, so just a progression of what you actually want to do. Okay then, well, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with just having to reminisce on Gravity Rush, the first one, because there's a lot of things, a lot of elements that I want to ask you personally. So the idea of using gravity in this new game, how did that, I'm sure you actually already answered this several times, but how did that actually come to you and how was it implemented into the game?
まずは1作目のグラビティデイズについていろいろもう質問が山ほどありますが、はい、一番聞きたいのがどのように重力、グラビティを使おうときっかけになったのでしょうか。
そうですね、このゲームのコンセプトはフランスのコミックバンドデシネって言われているそういうものにすごく影響を受けて、その中で描かれている浮遊感みたいなものがあるゲームを作りたいと思っていて、そういうイメージがあるところに、もっとこう会社に行くのに通勤がだるいのがあっちに落っこっていけたら楽だなみたいなのとイメージがくっついてこういうゲームになりました。
告白ですけど、私はフランス人です。
そうなんですね。
バンデシーノ大好きで、後で影響になったタイトルを聞かせていただきます。はい。Yes, so actually I was very inspired by the French comics scene, the bande dessinée. It was a huge influence on me in the artistic side. And as from the idea of using gravity is basically just my laziness taking over. You know, as you walk your way to work every day,
of course,
you feel like, what if there was a way I could just like go faster over there?
What if I could just fall to my office?
Yeah, what if I could just fall to my office?
I would have always wanted to do that. In fact, I still want to do that as well, as much as possible. So you were influenced by this comic series at what point in your career?
そのバンドデシネの影響を受けたのが、はい、いつ頃でしたか。それとも大人になってから紹介されたのか、それとも子供の時からずっと。
そうですね、僕美術の大学に通っていたんですけど、その時にやっぱりメビウスの絵にすごく影響を受けて、それをもう一目見た時から心を奪われてっていう感じですね。
Yeah, actually I did an art university, so I studied arts, and I got very early into Mebius, Jean Giraud, and his works were a very big influence on me.
Of course, it must have been. It must have been. And the whole world that you have in Gravity Rush, was that created by you, or is that one of the art directors that worked with you along the way?
そのグラビティデイズに出てくるその街と世界観が、はい、 どなたに制作されてました？それ
Was that from Toyama-san as well?
富山さん自身が全てを作りましたか？それともチームとして合わせてアイデアを合わせて
そうですね。それはもちろんチームで、特になんですかね、うちには2人看板になるアーティストがいて、キャラクターとか動き、モーションとかアニメーションをやっている斉藤俊介っていう人物と、あと、このバックグラウンドですね、バックグラウンドアート、コンセプトアートをやってる小賀武史っていうやっぱりこの2人の力がすごく大きいで、それで僕のコンセプトをすごく理解してくれて、この世界観が出来上がったっていう感じです。
Yes, of course, Gravity Rush wasn't made just by me. It was a whole team working there. We had absolutely fantastic artists working with me. I'm thinking of Mr. Saito, who did all the characters and animation, and Mr. Obata, who take care of the backgrounds.
Yeah. Because one of the things I consider as a freebie, basically, from the first game was that when you beat the game, you get a concept gallery at the end that you can actually look into, and there are some really detailed stuff. Some of the stuff that actually didn't make into the game. How long did it take to conceptualize, build the world, build the characters until Gravity Rush was actually completed as an entire world?
ゲームをクリアするときにコンセプトアートのボーナスとして閲覧できるようになるんですけど、いろいろなところがゲームに採用されてないところも見られるんですけど、その制作準備はゲームを作る自体のその前の世界を作りのどれぐらい時間かかりましたでしょうか？
そうですね。もうそこは本当に長い時間がかかっていて、で、1作目はこれプレイステーションビータで発売されたんですけど、やっぱりそのビータが発売された早い時期に出さなければいけないっていうところで、1作目はもう本当にたくさん準備したその世界観の中で、ちょっとキリのいい途中まででっていう形だったので、こういう続編とかでそういったものがもっと広がってお届けできるようになったのはすごく嬉しいと思ってますね。
Yes, as you may know, the first title was first released on PlayStation Vita, and
yeah.
we really wanted to be very close to the launch window, so we had very little time actually to do everything we wanted, and so we decided very early on in production to split the title in two, have a sequel, so we're able to deliver the game quite early to the early adopters of the PlayStation Vita. They can have a glimpse of the whole world of Gravity Rush, and then we can maybe use what was left and what wasn't used in the first title in the sequel that would be to come later.
Absolutely fascinating. So at that point, we already had a good kind of a visual idea that this is going to be a two-parter, not just one game.
だいたいビータ版を作る途中ではすでに2作目が予定されてましたか？
チームからは本当にもう絶対作りたいって言ってて、そこはもう会社の人を必死で説得したって感じですね。
Yes, the team was definitely convinced that they had to work on. We had to work on a sequel for sure. That it was necessary. Now the hardest part was to convince the higher ups that it needed to be made.
Because obviously we ended with the first one with a huge cliffhanger. There was a lot of things that weren't unsolved and a lot of things that needed answers too. So, but is this going to be it? This is going to be the conclusion to Gravity Days' story.
1作目のエンディングは非常にもう解決まだしていないところがいくつかあって多分非常に早く続きをやりたいプレイヤーが何人もいると思いますが、今回の2作目でちょうどストーリーは解決のところまで行きます。それともまた3も考えているのでしょうか？
いや、もう今回は実ははっきり日本版のグラビティデイズのタイトルには副題があって、そこに完結編とはっきり入っていて、やっぱり最初に書き下ろしたキトゥンのストーリーっていうものを結末を今回はもうきっちり描くっていうことは最初からすごく考えていたので、はい、そういう。
Yeah, actually, this time, if you look at the Japanese edition of Gravity Rush 2, it has a subtitles that says "The Conclusion." Which is pretty definitive.
This is where we get all our answers to.
Yeah,
stuff
so you will get all the answers to that story arc that we started in the first game.
Wonderful, because I'm actually looking at the preview screen right now, right in front of us, and I'm just itching to see the game footage. So, can we go ahead and start off the preview?
それでは早速ゲームプレイを始めようかと思います。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
All right, then. So this is going to be the actual gameplay of Gravity Rush. 2. Now we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, let's get the mic next to Toyama-san right here, so he can have full control over the controller to get in her action. Oh, so we actually do have English subtitles for this one, or?
Yep, that's easier for me.
Yeah, it's definitely easier for us as well. Okay, so here we start off, and again, looking absolutely phenomenal. I just love the coloring. I just love the light colors, the kind of warm feel to it. Really is a beautiful game.
本当に色鮮やかで非常に綺麗な
ありがとうございます。
画像で。
ですね、今回2になって加わったジュルガパラローという新しい街で、前作はどこかこうヨーロッパ的なちょっと大敗的な感じがあったんですけど、それとは打って変わってすごく青い空と白い雲の明るい鮮やかな世界観というのが特徴になってます。
So the first city, if you played the first title,
of
the
course.
inspiration for the town was maybe 19th century Europe, like industrial, Victorian age, England, that kind of inspiration.
In a way, the first one was a bit kind of closed off in terms of the world. You did actually get different islands as you progress in the game, but this feels really opened out,
the
stretched
city
out.
was more oppressive in this feeling when you were inside the streets. It felt a little darker. This time we've put the accent on, large blue sky and white clouds to give this feeling of open air.
I'm like almost terrified that I'm just going to go far out into the game, just fly myself off the screen.
Yep.
It looks huge right here.
でも非常に巨大感が伝わってきます。世界が、もう地平線までは続くような気がする。
はい、今日見ただいていただくのは本当にゲーム全体の中でもまだまだ一部分だけなんですけど、それだけでももう本当に広大な世界観は感じ取っていただけると思っています。
What you will see today is only but a small part of the final
This
world.
is just a fraction of the game.
This is just a fraction of the game.
Amazing.
So, but you have to keep in mind that our objective was to retranscribe that feeling of this open, huge world.
Wow, amazing. So yeah, more stages, just a bigger platform to work with. And yeah, I mean the graphics are looking real fantastic here. Here we go.
Do you mind if I actually ask a question?
Sure.
There's one thing that was bugging me is the language they use in Gravity Days. And the Gravity Rush, they have this special language
They have their
that
own
sounds
language.
French but is not French.
Oh, there we go.
So 来ましたその爽快感が。一つ個人的に気になるんですけど、その言語ですけど。なんかフランス語に聞こえるんですけどフランス語でもない。
はい、そうですね。僕たちがちょっとこうイメージするフランス語っぽい架空のこの世界の言語を使ってます。というのはやっぱり初めて知らない文化に触れた時のちょっとこう想像力をくすぐられるようなそういうことをちょっと盛り込みたかったのでこうなってます。
なるほど。Yes, the language we had a lot of fun with making the imaginary language of Gravity Rush. That feels like French, but is not really French. Oh wait, we have a little. Oh, there we go. That's better. So we wanted to transcribe that feeling of traveling to a foreign country where you hear people, the locals, speaking that language that you mostly have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what they're saying. It feels like mashed up. Oh, nice kicks. So yeah, it does feel like this distant language that you think you can understand some words, but you're not very sure. It's pretty funny. I love it.
Yeah, I like how they stuck to one language and they actually built it from scratch. We actually have the enemies on screen right now. Oh, okay, status feature. Yes, that's right.
Some new feature? Oh, the homing feature, yes.
That's right. So we have the gravity throw, just like in the first one.
Exactly.
And I must say, while the first one had a bit of a kind of pastel sort of look to the entire game world, this one seems very rendered. It actually has a lot of depth perception. Seems like everything has been laid out from scratch.
Yeah. 今回の世界観が前作はすごくパステルカラーで溢れた世界観だったんですけど、今回はもうちょっと現実的な色も特に今見たところのグラビティスローで普通にテーブルといろんなものを持ち込んで、
これはちょうどこの1作目のビータ版を出した後にメキシコとかあとアジアの国々に行く機会が多くて、でその中ですごくやっぱりその明るい世界観っていうのに影響を受けてますね。
After we released the first one on the Vita, we did a tour across the globe to present the game.
Of course.
And we went to Mexico and South America.
wow.
And we have to say that what we saw over there, how the cities are laid, the mood of the city and the architecture got us very influenced on, I think, this new title.
So now we have some South American elements into the world as well.
And it has a more real feeling.
It does. It definitely does.
It's less imagination, but it got really inspired.
Right.
This sun-drenched Southern American city that you can imagine. We got to experience it. So.
I must say there's a little bit of an Asian touch to some of the buildings as well, which I really enjoy right here. So what's the mission right now?
で今のミッションを説明してもらえますか。
そうですね。これは体験版用に少し簡単にしてあるんですけど、シンプルな奪われた荷物を探せっていうミッションなんですけど、この中で今でも特徴になっているようなダイナミックに動く背景とかそういったところをいろいろな見ていただけるようになっていると思います。
So this is really a simple mission just to give you some hands-on controls for the first time. So you just have to catch a thief that took your bag away.
Yeah, that's so letting you know that you have gravity powers that you can use to move around faster.
Yeah, and
oh yeah. Oh, there's Kitten.
There you go. Huh?
So this cartoon stylistic animation too. This is all done by the same art directors.
こちらのアートも先ほどおっしゃった二方の。
そうですね。このキャラクターは斉藤さんが手掛けています。
Yeah, this is the work from Mr. Saito that I mentioned before.
で、今作のバトルの特徴をちょっと説明させてもらっていいですか。
I will explain the specificities of this Gravity Rush 2's battle system.
まずは前作からあった基本的な四角ボタンでコンビネーションっていうこれが基本になります。
Yeah. So as the previous title, you can hit some kicks with the square button.
Standard combo.
Standard combo.
そしてですね、このゲームの特徴になる空中に浮かんで落下のエネルギーで攻撃する、グラビティキックというのがあります。
And of course, what made Gravity Rush this original title in the first place is the use of gravity. As you fall down through the enemy, kick him in the face.
This becomes one of the most optimal tools in combat because you get to use this quite a lot.
ですけど、今作では動きが素早くてなかなか重力キックで捉えられないっていうタイプの敵が出てきます。
Wow, she's actually a little bit faster in this one.
As you can see, these enemies, they are very fast. So it's a little complicated to hit them with a gravity kick.
でこれが新しくなった、重力特性を3つに変えられる中の軽くなるルーナスタイルというのを。
Yes. So this is the new feature from Gravity Rush 2 where you can change the style of gravity. You have a different system of gravity. So this is called lunar style where everything is more floaty than it was before. It's lighter and the gravity is less strong.
これは重力キックがワームホールキックというのになって、敵をロックオンしてショートワープで近づいて倒すっていう空中戦にすごく強い技になっています。
So this is this new feature. If you go into lunar mode, you have now not a gravity kick, but what is called a wormhole kick, where you can get closer to these enemies, especially efficient against flying enemies. To get close to them and combo them in the face.
That is definitely an improvement to the first one because there's a lot of enemies in mid-air that were really hard to tackle in the first one, and that is going to seriously help me with the combat right there.
でノーマルに戻ります。
はい。このスタイルの変更はゲーム中基本的にはいつでもできるものになっています。
So the style change, you can perform it at any time during the game.
Oh, fantastic.
Kicking some crates.
That's very, just absolutely beautiful to look at.
で、ルーナスタイルは重力エナジーを消費せずに素早く、動くことができるというのが特徴になっています。
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah. So the specificities of the lunar style is that you can move super fast without using your gravity energy. So you have a little bar, the blue bar, that circle over the screen.
And I feel like having to transition to the gravity mode and to actually just walking on it. There's very little transition. It's very, very smooth.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
I have to say,
wow.
I really want to snatch that controller and play myself. もうこう見ても、
はい
コントローラーを奪って自分でやりたくなるんですよ。
Okay, we've got a few more enemies down there.
もう一つ逆に重力特性を重くする、ジュピタースタイルというのがあるので、それを見ていただきます。
So now I'm going to demonstrate the newer style where you make gravity even stronger, which is called the Jupiter style.
All right.
で、これは歩くのがちょっと遅くなったりして、使いづらいところもあるんですけど、その代わり攻撃力がすごく強くなります。
So it will make moving around a little more difficult because you are heavier.
Right.
So walking will be slower. It gets more difficult to use, but your power will be infinitely more.
Oh wow, look at that.
Well, do I even have to say anything?
So that's for heavy combat.
Yeah,
right there.
for heavy
You wanna
combat,
deliver
heavy combat.
serious blows.
You get some
Oh,
serious damage.
fantastic. Look at that. Awesome stuff.
でこれは、ですね、いわゆる上級者向けというかエキスパート向けのスタイルになってます、ね。
Yeah, so that is a style that you get to master if you want to be an advanced player at Gravity Rush.
So you have to be a little bit into the game to actually get a good grasp of that mode right there. Wow, it's intriguing. And again, this is going to be interchangeable anytime inside the game as well.
ジュピタースタイルは、歩くのは遅くなるんですけど落ちるスピードは逆に一番速くなります。
Oh, look at that. So she actually has more gravitational pull when she's in that boat in the air.
Exactly. So as you are using more heavy gravity, of course you're walking slowly, but you're falling speed as the gravity is attracting you more powerfully than the normal mode. You will fall the fastest in the game.
Now, while in the first one we had a heavy combat against Nevi mostly, this time we actually have combat with humans as well. Is that going to be a big element inside the game as well?
一作目ではほぼネビーとしか戦ってなかったんですけど、今回は
そうです
人間の敵も、
はい、兵士などの敵と戦えて、しかも人間の敵を、は持ち上げて投げて倒す。
Oh, they're not coming back anytime soon.
So yeah, this time you will battle against some soldiers, and as you can see, you can use your gravity powers on them and just, you know, throw them off the ground.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
And that's pretty instantaneous too. While in the first one it didn't play much of a big part, but this time having to grasp enemies will be much more intuitive in this game as well, isn't it?
であとごめんなさい、今作では、前作ではライバルだったレイブンというキャラクターが仲間になって一緒に戦ってくれます。
So and Raven, who was the main antagonist in the first game, has now become your friend.
Well, she actually did make a comeback in the very final part of the game in the last one.
She
Spoilers.
did.
So you actually get to play as Raven as well this time.
今回はレイベンもプレイすることはありますか？
これはまだ秘密ですね。プレイしてのお楽しみ。
I cannot tell you this. I cannot confirm nor discard this theory.
Okay,
you
we're
will
just
have
gonna keep that in
you will
shadows
have
for
to
now.
try out the game yourself.
Oh man. Whoa, we got ourselves a robot too.
ロボットが。
そうですね、ロボットの敵もこれも前作にはなかったタイプなんで。
なるほど。レイベンも協力して。
So it seems like we did a complete overhaul of the enemy characters as well. Is that correct?
敵キャラクターも前作からはかなり変わって、
すごく幅広くなりました。
Yes, we added a lot of range to the enemies compared to the first title.
あ、怒った。
Oh, there it goes.
Goodbye.
That's one less enemy that we have to worry about. Oh, nice double kick. And her personality stays the same. Love it. Love it.
There you go.
Oh wow, more robots.
あら、ひょっとしてボスが来ました。Here comes the boss.
So this is actually sort of after some town has found out that you can actually take the Navy's powers and put it into inorganic material. Is that right?
今回はネビの力を使って、
はい
物にその力を入れ込むと聞いたんですけど、
はい
今はピッチで
ごめんなさい今後でゆっくり答えます。
なるほど、ボスはこんな風にこう弱点があってそこを狙って、
そうですね、弱点を狙うことで。
なるほど。
Yeah, there's a lot of elements that didn't come to optimal use in the first one, where in the second one, you have to use every single ability that you have.
Yeah.
You have to alternate and make sure that you have the best advantage over the enemy. So there's a lot of coordination that goes into this one.
Here goes some attack.
Oh, wow. Jeez. That's some heavy artillery over there.
As you can see, he is changing styles now. He's in lunar mode.
Right, right.
Like this is so fluid. Everything is changing.
It's very smooth. Very
As you can expect from someone who's been working on the game, he's been using it really like a pro. I'm pretty sure you would have a lot harder time trying to beat that boss. Now with the Jupiter style, here goes the super kick. Boom!
Oh man, wow! That took a lot of damage.
That's a powerful attack.
Nice.
Going back to
one more.
regular mode, another gravity kick.
よし、これであと最後のフェイタルムーブでとどめを。
And then here comes the
Okay, here we
finisher.
go.
これは
Alright,
一
so
作目と同じように。
はい。ではこういった技のアニメーションなどは劇場版新新しいエヴァンゲリオンなどを手掛けたスタジオカラーさんにアニメーションをつけていただきました。
そうですか、すごいですね。Wow, that's an incredible thing. The finisher animations, which were one of the main features of the previous game that I really loved. This time they got the help from Studio Kara, which you might know from being no way, right? These are the guys behind the Evangelion movies. This is Mr. Anno's studio. So
Wow,
it's
amazing.
absolutely, you got the best of the best in animation to help you make those scenes. That is some incredible news.
Oh wow, that's just fabulous.
というところで今回のデモはここまでになります。
Wow, and here is the end of the demo for today.
That was absolutely
バンドでシネが
astonishing. That's
来ました。
so
そうです。
so cool.
いやー、すごく楽しみですね。
Amazing stuff. There was a lot of things that were going on inside the footage right there that were just kind of glossed over, but I want to go ahead and do a recap of some of the stuff. So, like we said, this is kind of a bit of an overhaul of the first one in terms of the graphics and how the transitions make with the different style changes and also the enemies as well. So, how much of it that you actually had to change for the second one?
そうですね。ちょうどゲームプレイが終わったところで、いろいろ質問がコンテンツで振り返っていろいろ聞かせていただきますが、まずはもう前作と比べるとゲームプレイの部分がいくつか追加されて変えられたり、そういった変更のその制作はどれぐらいその考慮時間がかかったのでしょうかね。
もうとにかくもう本当に前作終わってから今までずっとかかってるんででもすごい長い時間なのでお分かりになると思うんですけど、やっぱり今回プレイステーション4っていうことで、携帯機よりはもっともっとそのなんていうかボリュームも必要だし作り込みも必要っていうことで、例えばマップは、前作の 2.5 倍から3倍ぐらいあるし、ミッションも倍以上ありますというように大変作り込んでます。
あと馬力も違うので。
はい、そうです。
Yeah, so actually we've been working on this title since the first Gravity Rush was released.
Since the first
so
one.
you know that it's been a while already.
Yeah, it's quite been.
So yeah, that's been quite a long time. We're constantly like thinking and discussing key points in the game. This time the game is on PS4, so of course we have a lot more leeway in what we can do. There's infinitely more possibilities than compared to a handheld system. There's definitely more power. We also have to bring more content because it's a full PlayStation 4 release. So you can expect a game that is, I would say, 2.5 bigger and longer than the previous game, and we more than double the number of missions and challenges too.
If there were some examples, this is going into the actual programming and having to develop the game. what would you say some of the most difficult parts was in order to make this turn into a fully fledged PS4 game?
で今作の開発にあたるの最も困難したところはどれだったんでしょうか。
そうですね、もうたくさん大変だったけど、やっぱり細かいところまで見えるようになったので、街の中をたくさん徘徊する、人のその NPC の自然な動作とか、そういったところはもう前作よりもかなり時間をかける必要があって、そのあたりはもう本当に大変だった。
Yeah, so with the boost of power and resolution that comes with doing a full console title, we had to actually add so much more detail than what was in the first game on the Vita. Because you get to experience and see everything on a full HD screen. So yeah, this is what I think took the most time and effort, was to be very precise on the NPCs and the backgrounds and the buildings. Try to bring more life to the world when the smaller screen of the Vita had us. It was easier on us, I suppose, on the Vita than this time. We had to make it a believable, inhabited world, so we needed to be very extra careful on the details.
Of course. And again, another nerdy question for you, because I am really just intrigued on how games are actually being developed, and I don't have much knowledge on that terms, but still very much interested in how it actually works. The gravity element, having to input the idea of changing gravity and having to fall through the sky in different areas and different directions. Was that something that you had to start anew in development?
で今回また重力を中心としてゲームの世界を作るんですけど、その重力も今回も変わる、重力の強さも変わったりするので、そのどれぐらい世界に影響を与って、またはプレイヤーの制限をどこかのずっとまっすぐ落ちるとどうなるのか、そういったところをいろいろ多分考えながら制作してたと思いますが、重力で遊ぶところにあたるのどういうところが一番難しかったのでしょうかね。
そうですね、やっぱりなんていうかどうしても一見ちょっと難しそうに見えるっていうようなところがあって、でも慣れると本当に気持ちよく思った通りに、動いたり空に落ちるっていうような、そういうことができるゲームなんですけど、でそのあたりで、やっぱり新しいフィーチャーもどんどん盛り込みたいけど、その難しくなってはいけないっていう思いもあって、それでさっきのスタイルを切り替えるとかは、基本の操作自体は変わらずにできることを増やすといったような、そういう工夫をいろいろしてきたっていう感じです。
Yeah, so the game may seem a little difficult when you first see it, because I mean, come on, the idea is that you fall to the sky, not from the sky. So
well, you can fall pretty much in any direction.
You can fall in any direction.
Right.
So getting used to that concept may take players a little time. If you've played the first one, you know exactly what it means.
Right.
But it doesn't take that long until you get used to it, and you get to free flow all over the place, and impacting this to bring in new features in gravity, to change the strength of gravity. We really focused in keeping the controls as simple as possible. Controls are already kind of, I think they're in a more difficult side, dealing with the angles and the falling. So it had to be a very smooth flow for you to change instantly the strength of gravity.
Okay, wow. Thank you for that depth explanation. Toyama-san, as well as we already had a good run through of the game through the demo just right now, and you already did explain to us that it's going to be 2 to 3 times more powerful with more content than the actual first game. As much as possible, I would like to know whether or not what kind of abilities that we can look forward to Kitten having throughout the progression of the game, and what kind of other worlds that we might actually look at, because we just saw a huge landscape right there. Is there going to be a change in the kind of color of the way it looks? Are we going to go out of the Cloud City to something a little bit more ominous? So how far would you go in saying that there's going to be different worlds and different abilities?
もしかしてお答えすることはまだできないのかもしれないんですが、先ほど世界がもう PS4 版だと1作目よりかなり広がったっていうところをおっしゃったんですが、 今回はこのデモで見た能力、技術じゃない技をこれからまだ公開していない新しい技とかをまだ期待できるんでしょうか。
はい、もうそれはもちろんたくさんまだまだ未公開の要素があるので、はい、今後のなんか僕らが公開する情報も気をつけて見てくれると嬉しいですね。
はい、あとは今回は街の光景を見られたんですが、1作目も木の根っこまで落ちて、別のステージがあったのですから、今回の作品でも他の場所に移ることとかもありますか？それも。
はい、そうですね。でそれはもう、今回はもう先に言っていますけど、キトゥンが上層へ、前作は下に行ったんですけど、今度は上層へ帰るっていう、ストーリーが、それがクライマックスになってくるので、そこをすごく期待していただきたいと思います。
Yeah, so of course there are abilities and other gameplay elements we haven't revealed yet. So stay tuned on the Everything Gravity Rush, because we will be revealing more and more with the months to come. And so the last title, you were actually going in the depth of the world. If you remember, you go through the tree roots and inside another place. This time, the climax will be up in the atmosphere. So instead of going down, you will be going up.
Because we did go down into the depths, now we actually get to see what's up there finally.
Exactly. So,
so
you can look forward to that.
And I think this is something that I'll probably have only time to ask right here. Toyama-san, if you had to make a choice, which one would you pick? Either Kitten or Raven? Who's going to be your favorite character in Gravity Rush?
最後はもしかして選べられないのかもしれないんですけど、一番好きなキャラクターだったらレイブンなのかキットなのか
なかなか選びにくいですけど、やっぱり、キトゥンっていうキャラクターはすごくなんだかでしょうかね、好きというか、ちょっと、チームのみんなと一緒に父親とかみたいな気分になって本当見守っていくような、そんなちょっと特別な思い入れがあるキャラクターになってます。
Yeah, of course, it's hard for me to choose any favorite character.
It's like choosing your own children, isn't it?
But yeah, this is actually what Mr. Toyama was saying, is that I think the team shares the same opinion as me, as that we've been growing with this girl, and we all feel like being the father of that kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely kid. I mean, kitty in English.
All right, so we're definitely excited to see this for ourselves when it's actually available for purchase. Do we have a date for our Japanese audiences?
今回グラビティデイズは日本のリリース窓とかはありますかね？まだ公開されてます？
いや、日本が12月1日の発売になって、ワールドワイドでもほぼそれに近いものになっています。はい。
Yeah, so the release in Japan is for the 1st of December of this year.
1st of December,
and
almost Christmas time.
The worldwide release will be like in very close window.
Oh wow, that's fantastic! So you guys don't have to wait, overseas guys.
very soon.
That's going to be fantastic.
間もなくです。
That is absolutely awesome. I just cannot wait for this game to come out. I am just going to have to take it out as soon as it's available.
待ちきれないです。
So thank you very much. We're just about to run out of time right here. Let's see if we have, Okay, we're just going to go ahead and end this program right here. Again, Ms. Toyama, thank you very much for coming out on stage. That was a fantastic run-through of the game. I am very excited for this. And we'll be hearing a lot more about this later on, progressing in the year.
もう残念ですが、もう時間となりましたので、本日ここ東京タクモードブースまでお越しになって誠にありがとうございます。とても光栄でした。
ありがとうございます。一つだけ今日の日本時間の16時15分から田中康平先生がいらしてバンドでライブグラビティの曲をライブでやってくれて、それ同時生で中継されますので、ぜひご覧になってほしいかなと。
So I have an announcement actually to make.
Please,
today at 4:15 p.m. there will be a concert live on the internet.
Oh, no way.
Conducted by Mr. Kohei Tanaka, who's the composer of the music. Mr. Tanaka is very famous in the anime music too.
Yes.
He's an absolute legend in making all the favorite themes you have in anime. I had the chance to meet him once. NCS concert. This is really awesome.
This is
if
an
you get the
absolute
chance,
treat. This is an absolute
you
treat.
definitely need to check that out.
Yes, yes. Where is it going to be on
どちらの方
broadcast?
で放送されますかね？
あれですか YouTube かな
On YouTube.
It
On
seems to
YouTube.
be on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Just check it out.
So it's gonna be on YouTube Live from
TGS の中ですかね？
あそうですうちのブースの中で
なるほど。
やりますので
Okay, so at
So-
the Sony booth, they're
It's on
going
the Sony
to,
booth
yeah.
at TGS. So just look at TGS.
You guys gonna have to take a
The
look
name
at
is
that.
Kohei
Oh, I'm-
Tanaka. That's the composer, and he will make a concert today. That's
Oh,
4:15 JST Japan Standard Time.
Oh, this is killing me because I'm gonna have to be here.
Yeah,
for
we have to work here. We have to be here. Where is Capcom? Can we tell them?
I need a body double. Right here.
Definitely.
Oh, it's so hard to. Okay, well, thank you very much. You guys, you definitely have to have this opportunity. It's from 4:30, right?
と4時15分4時ぴったり
4時15分
4時15分
4:15.
4:15.
It's going to be at the Sony booth from 1 to 8 hall over there in the bigger
チ
one.
ャットの誰かがもうリンクを貼ったらしいです。
Oh,
あ
great.
すごい
Oh, so we
ありが
have a link on the Twitch channel
It
right
seems
here.
someone on the chat has found that for
Yeah.
us. I hope it is.
So Gene22, thank you very much for the URL. I hope
If
that's
this
the
is
one.
the good URL, you are a savior.
Yeah, you are a lifesaver.
You are a lifesaver.
Okay,
thank
again,
you very
thank
much.
you very much, Toyama-san, for coming on Tokyo Otaku Mobile live stream. That was Gravity Rush 2, Gravity Days 2 in Japanese. We'll be coming on again in another 15 minutes. Thank you very much again, Toyama-san. Ladies and gentlemen,
山田さんありがとうございました。
ありがとうございましたありがとうございました
thank you very much. And again, guys, in about 15 minutes from now, we're going to go ahead and get to our new next program, which is going to be from Cave and also Taito. We have some huge announcements, personal favorites, shooters.
Oh yeah, that's
The bullet
Your
hell
time
type.
to shine,
the
my
bullet
dear
type
Gin-chan.
shooters. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this as well. So, guys, go ahead and please stay tuned. We're gonna be online throughout the entire day here
Yep.
at Tokyo Game Show 2016. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes.
the
with
stream
some-
stays on, so you can stay on chat if you wanna share stuff with
Exactly.
everyone watching all around the globe.
And by the way, we're actually looking at the comments. So if you have any questions for us, please let us know, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and talk directly to the developers and producers.
We're gonna try to implement the questions you have on the chat, so don't
Absolutely.
hesitate to ask stuff that's relevant with the game we're talking about, of course.
Of course. Okay, then, so we'll be right back. Thank you very much. This is Tokyo Game Show 2016.
See you guys. 15 minutes. See you guys.